Welcome to the Just Bake channel. This is a channel where we
just bake things and say and we just bake.
And welcome to a nice special edition of the Watermelon versus Pumpkin podcast, Squadcast, Godcast, Docs with Fat Cat, whatever the F you want to call it. We are here. Jim wears swim gear.
It has no end here.
Manusk.
They know what time it is when the time is right and the time is there. Welcome
we in
to
this
patch,
beyond.
We in the gourd patch, man. You know what I'm saying? We got watermelon, right? We got pumpkin. We got caneppas, man. We here.
About
you
time.
and I,
It's been a long time coming.
Fruitfulness.
I'm glad it's happening. It's the universe saying, guys, you deserve it.
Shouldn't have left you. Now, to get into it real quick, Alexa, set an alarm for 35 minutes.
Crazy, huh?
Thank you.
I guess you can hear you.
One thing that is crazy about the last time we were all together is, if you really want to think back, the last documentary that we did was Sunshine Hotel. And then we tried to do an Illuminati documentary, and the fucking universe said,
no,
happening.
No Lumi.
Leave Lumi
you
alone.
Can't talk to them.
You gotta leave Lumi alone.
Underground.
Yes.
Our lives were probably at stake if we would release that.
Yeah, maybe.
We would have went ahead and proceeded with that when we might not be here to talk about it. That's what I'm saying.
That is a T-shirt right there. Leave Lumi alone.
Leave Lumi alone. Listen, all I know is you can't trust niggas out there, and you can't trust what's going on. Like, I don't feel safe. Look, this is why I do.
Hold it down. Hold it down.
Listen,
Easy.
I keep spoiling my hoodie, man. This is what I do.
It's a block.
I keep it. I'm trying to block what they trying to gain information and access, man. So,
I'm trying to block what they trying to gain. I feel it. And that brings us right into the topic this week. I picked out this Vice documentary. I almost said Voc, but Vice documentary, if you will, a documentary.
There you go. You know another language. You know what I mean? Dialect. It's all the same.
And these are quick joints, and that's why we love them so much, because we could talk forever. As you see, we've already done a 7-minute intro and haven't said shit yet.
Yeah.
But
look at the clock. I know it's not 7. It
Time them, baby.
Where we at and what we're talking about is Area 51. And to be more specific, the raid on Area 51, or perhaps the proposed raid on Area 51 that,
I remember this story. This was 2019, I think.
Yeah, it was very recent. Very recent.
I mean, to be real, to be honest, like, this is like my
you
first
were in the
time
dark.
even. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the cat was in the dark, all right, in the alley, not understanding that this was going on in the world. All right, so to give him a little lay down.
Yeah.
So get a precursor into it.
Yeah.
And real quick, if you want to, we put the link to the documentary down below. Click on that. We also have the tip jar down below if you want to leave us a quick tip. You know, whatever, guys. If you want to get a little, okay.
Hey,
It's right-
you get a nigga at the corner store
Right
till you
there.
get
Right there. Come on. There. Where?
Right, you know the cat in the corner is begging for $1. Hey, throw us $1 too. All right, come on.
Hey, support. It's going to a cause.
It's all about
Support.
All right, so yeah, the Vice doc, talk about it. Area 51. There's a raid.
51.
Or
that don't
let's
know.
just say a proposed
raid.
Right.
Let's start like
so, Area 51, for don't know, that was the big talk of, I think, in the 50s, 1950s.
Pretty much.
It was supposed to be an aerial naval base that's where the location of unidentified flying object craft was taken to or landed there or in that area. Somehow, aliens landed in this area in the middle of the desert in Nevada, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, that was a long time ago. So that was a big conspiracy. And I remember this. You guys remember that whole conspiracy thing of Area 51? I remember hearing about that shit in school all the time.
Oh yeah, that's where they're keeping aliens.
Right.
That's where
government secret top agent shit.
They crashed in Roswell, but then they take all the parts to Area 51, and that's where man, they're talking about doing experiments on hybrid animal people, and it's supposed to be some wild shit. But of course I believe the legend has grown bigger than the
Right.
actuality of what's in there. I'm sure there's some motherfucker that is a janitor at Area 51. Like if they only knew,
Bro,
they
this
knew
job
shit.
sucks.
That
These
is the
niggas-
guy we need to talk to.
True.
He's
That's
like,
the guy we need to talk to.
But this accent, he's only going to give you, look, I know the lobby and the bathrooms.
Yep.
You think that nigga's getting access to somebody that's cleaning up in that area? Probably a nigga that is like, yo, put your lab coat down. You got to clean up. We don't trust nobody.
Of course.
You got to wear many hats.
You're probably right.
You know,
You're probably right.
there is, all right, I'm not against there being government secrets and all, so yeah, there's something going on. There's something secretive in every fucking naval base, and they can't tell you everything, or else our defenses or whatever the fuck they got could be a weakness. I understand that.
Of course, yeah, we're not going to give away the secrets.
Right. So this documentary, not to jump too far away from it, was about this place, Area 51, and it was back in 2019. There was a 2019, there was a thing that was online. I remember it was a big viral,
Yeah,
crazy
yeah, yeah.
ordeal.
Okay.
Everybody was like, "Hey, they're about to fucking let's storm Area 51 location
That's
in Nevada."
but what I was saying. That's what I got. It was the guy started a Facebook thing.
A Facebook event
Yeah,
invite,
there you
because
go.
you remember
Right,
back
there
in
you
the
go.
day how much
Events.
I'm not on
Invited.
Facebook anymore, but
Right.
you remember the Facebook invites were the worst shit ever
Right.
because
They never show.
and they really weren't ever. Well, I don't want to say ever, but they weren't necessarily events that were ever actually happening.
Right.
Somebody would make an event for whatever, but it wasn't an actual event that was happening. You know what I mean?
Right.
They'd be like, "Yo, the Facebook event is it's my birthday because."
Right. That's
People are
not an
freaks
event.
about
You just
getting-
want niggas to come to your house and have a drink with you.
Yeah.
No, but not even that. I'm not even saying they wouldn't even be setting anything up. The event would just be, it is my birthday.
Oh shit!
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To where it's not
That's
a real
the
thing
event, right?
that's actually happening.
Celebrate with me by sending me a
Yeah, yeah.
fucking cupcake. Fucking.
It would
with
be a
candle
way
in
of
the picture.
promo. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
So-
And different things like that.
So that's how it opened up for me.
Yeah.
The guy put it on a Facebook thing, and then it just spread it like wildfire.
It
Yeah.
started as a joke.
Right.
Because Homeboy put up a Facebook event, raid Area 51,
Yep.
because we want to see and free the aliens.
Yep.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
We
And it
want
was
to
a-
see. No, we want to see them aliens. Like that's-
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah. We want to see them aliens.
See them
See them
aliens.
aliens. Yo, and that shit got crazy. And I remember that whole talk, and I was like, when I first heard about it, I was like, these niggas are stupid. Who the fuck is gonna try to why would you try to bum rush a base where they got signs that say who's shot on site? You know what I'm saying? Like they got a right to do that. Like I guess
Well, I think it all goes back to it was never serious.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a real thing. And it just got away from the
right.
thing
But
to
for me,
where-
my first encounter was real. Like when I first heard about it, I was like, man, people are fucking stupid, man. Are they really gonna do this? You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Well,
like
and like now talking about this because like this is like the more recent version, but there is public information. There's a broadcast taping of a guy. This happened like in the 50s, where he's in broad day live talking about an actual invasion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're coming. They're coming now. You know what I mean? So it's out there. So maybe they're like, oh shit, those people are still around and really believe in that type of thing. You know?
there's a pocket for every belief.
I guess.
And some
I
pockets
guess.
are bigger and deeper than other, and then sometimes
I
you
guess.
don't know they're really there until shit like this happens. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh, all you niggas come out. All you niggas really want like people that really had that thought. But then getting into this documentary, what it actually turned out to be, which I didn't know, the whole premise was that whole thing blew up back in 19, and they were let's storm Area 51. Ended up being the joke, but the media kind of was the ones who really were like, we got to get there. There's going to be a whole big step. You know, I'm thinking, shit, I want to see some footage. Motherfuckers about to storm fucking and get away with it.
Yeah, who wouldn't want to see that shit?
I mean, we watched the
I would have
Capitol
loved
happen.
that. Talk about it. You heard? Like, really, that happened. But let's peep that. Peep how that is. How crazy it is, right? People storm the Capitol. Nobody gets shot. Right? Nothing. You had police inviting the riot.
Yeah, but a lady did get shot and killed inside the Capitol.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, she got
But
bucked.
he's talking
right.
about, he's talking about
But-
the initial storm. Like,
Right.
Like how they're talking about, let's storm Area 51. I don't think they get past that gate of Area 51. It's different. This is all fucking military.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
Like,
They're
like,
trained differently.
like, wouldn't you think the powers, like our government would rather protect where the laws are made than actually other shit? I don't know. That's just me.
I feel you. There is definitely. I believe that'll be a documentary one day about the Capitol because there was some
Yeah,
weird shit
yeah,
that happened.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
For
yeah,
cops,
yeah.
because when there's footage of cops stepping aside, and all right, there's one thing to step aside, but there's also footage of cops literally waving people
Yes,
in.
yes,
I don't know what the fuck happened there. That shit was weird. You know?
Yeah, that's so it was interesting to see, like, okay, are these people really gonna do this? And then you think people aren't that stupid, but then you say, well, then you look around, you're like, yeah, they are. You know what I mean? It's like the people do some
Yep.
really insane things. It's like, oh, I could see a couple thousand people gathering together and like, yo, we're going in here to get the aliens. Like,
Yeah.
tell me you don't know a couple thousand people that heavily believe in aliens, and it's bigger than that, millions. You know what I'm saying? Of like
Yep.
heavy alien believers that if they're close enough to Nevada, there's people that took a trip to go out there.
Yeah.
You know?
bro.
I think it speaks to the power of the internet and to you can never underestimate how dumb people are. You know what I mean? Because there was the power of the internet to where, like I said, it started off as a joke where Homeboy made a Facebook event that was, we're going to raid Area 51. It was just a joke the entire time. And I don't remember dude's names.
That was
I
the
don't
guy with
remember
the long
anybody's
hair,
name.
kind of. Yeah.
Beautiful long hair, if it will. I mean, that shit was luscious. Come on, bro. Because he had the side part and it was down shoulder length at least.
Right.
As a bald man, I have to, I'm jealous
You gotta
of that type of shit.
appreciate gold. You know what I mean? You gotta come through with that Vida outside soon commercial.
Because I mean, just think about he could go head first in a pool and whip it back. I mean, come on, bro. Let's go. Fibonacci sequence all the way. That's all I'm saying. You want what you don't have. All I want is for Mos Def to rap, but what he wants to sing. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at.
Oh my God.
All you want is what you don't have. You know what I mean? It becomes a problem.
The hair of truth. That
So
man.
he set it up.
It was.
He set it up as a joke. You know what I mean? Like I would set it up as a fucking joke for let's go raid Area 50, and it just got out of control.
Yep.
Then he tried to pivot on it. He was like, all right, well, let me at least try to make something out of this. So then they tried to make it into a music festival of like, okay, we'll go somewhere close, but then let's get some bands together and let's, try to make it into, a festival instead of actually, running into Area 51 Naruto style, which is an anime I haven't watched.
You know what's so funny? I gotta shout out to my little dude Ruben, man. But they said when he was younger, he used to run like that, and I guarantee he was a fan of that fucking anime cartoon because that's why he ran like that.
Now listen, I'm not putting nobody on the spot, but we do have about 8 feet of carpet if anyone wants to try it out. But
I got a bad hip. Get in there.
Yo, dead ass. My daughter, when she was younger, ran like that all the time. But I think it was a mix of that, and she used to always see Sonic too.
Oh,
you know
okay.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
I'm with that.
But the whole, he's
But
like,
yeah,
you want to try it out?
that
That part of the doc when he's like,
how about the dude though that they was talking to? That was talking. No, you have to say it like this. Naruto.
Yeah. Naruto.
You gotta say Naruto.
But and that's when and it's funny because so now to get into it, now they're actually showing footage like that we don't. I didn't know. I knew about the story back then. I kind of knew, but I didn't know the kind of outcome. It was one of those things and it wasn't a big outcome because now watching this whole documentary, you understand why.
Spoiler alert: nobody showed up.
Nobody showed up.
I mean,
bro, it was a handful of people. They tried to turn into a music fest. You know what I mean? They turned into like a space fest.
When the guy in the fucking hardware store was talking about
True Value.
Shout out to True Value. 10,000. 10,000 people. I was like, really? You really think there's going to be?
And
10?
he was one of the people that gave out a low number because there were other motherfuckers like, we don't know if it's going to be 50. We don't know if it's going to be 75. And now cats are under here wildly unprepared, but believe they're prepared because Homeboy's got a 10,000 candle flashlight. Like, all right, I got this and I got 2 radios.
Just in case she gets carried.
In case what?
And then I like the line he kicks in. He goes, and hopefully they get here quick enough. He says some shit like, hopefully they get here, and like
because if there's a problem, I'm gonna radio, and hopefully they get here quick enough to save them.
Quick enough, like, damn, bro, that's your plan,
bro.
Yeah. Hopefully they don't beat the shit out of me.
It was bad because what I think this documentary spoke to more of, and I don't even think that they meant to cover this at all, is there's a certain generation above us that and a lot of it is my parents' generation because there's often times where I have to tell them that things on the internet are not real. Now, this was not this was never a real plan.
Your kid is like my parent and my kid is what you have to explain it.
Exactly. There's the above and the below. Heaven and hell. Come on. Now, this was never an event that was actually supposed to happen. And I mean that in the raid on Area 51, once again, like you said, it started off as a joke. Then when it turned into the a lot of people were calling it Firefest 2.0 because it flopped. But then when they tried to make it into alien stock and things of that nature, all the older generation that saw, oh my God, 1 million people have RSVP'd and said that they're coming. It was one of those, they just don't understand that, hey, that's not real. Like what that is that people saw, oh my God, Raid Area 51, haha, yeah, I'm going.
Right. It's like 600,000 of those are probably under 15 years old.
Exactly. Because because like I said, there's different cultures that get the joke, and there's other people like, oh my god, this is real. They are coming to our and like, no,
and those people
it's
showed
not.
up.
Because, like you said,
a handful of them showed up.
Yeah. True Value said 10,000. The woman at the
that chick,
the woman at the motel, she was like, I don't know if we're getting 50,000. I don't know if it's 75.
She was a trip.
Who was the girl
Who was
the lady that got the blame for it though?
That's what I'm talking about.
That was
that
her
lady.
hotel.
Yeah.
Okay, she at the hotel. Okay,
But I don't like. Listen, man. If you going because the dude that set it up really wanted to fucking do it. I really believe he wanted to do it there.
Right.
Because he had mad land. You know what I mean? So like that would have been
desert
perfect.
land, cause that's open space.
Yeah, that would have been perfect for that. You know what I'm saying? So like, I genuinely believe that she, to talk big shit,
Right.
promised a whole lot of shit.
Bro, they saw dollar signs. That's all it was.
You
They
saw
saw
all those
dollar
motherfuckers
signs.
out there, those vendors. He's like,
Yeah.
that one dude's like, I'm just here to make money.
Bro, did you see all the fucking news vans?
Yeah.
Like they had
They said there was more
exposure.
cameras than people.
They had the exposure like a motherfucker.
Yep.
What they needed. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
the lady fucked it up, if you ask me.
How? How do you believe?
By saying, yeah, we can do this and we can do that. I mean, okay, granted, she's right. Yeah, they didn't sign a fucking contract, which is bad on their part. But still, don't tell me you can fucking do this, and then when we're like, okay, and you don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Where I thought it was they saw dollar signs of like, we're gonna get so many people here and we're gonna all make so much money, and there was a little bit of fear there. But like I said, where I think it goes back to, there's a certain generation that doesn't understand. No, this is just on the internet, and I do believe it speaks to a broader venture of the internet is not real life,
Right.
and that's not always true because sometimes
There's some real shit up
they
there.
do cross over,
Right.
right. And certain,
You got to be able
certain
to.
things.
You have
certain
to. You got to.
situations.
You got to use your better fucking sifter when you're trying to get through this
Absolutely.
shit. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
I like
you
that.
Gotta, you
I
got to.
like
You
that.
got to
I like
filter
that.
better.
Yes.
And that's what I try to like talk to my
And
daughter about.
BS, better sifter, BS.
Kill with the BS.
Listen. We're teaching y'all as we
But
preach.
you know, I try to do that with like when I talk to my daughters. Like, no, you gotta try to pay attention. Like, does that make sense? You know what I mean? Like, you know, you gotta think about it
Exactly.
instead of like, well, it was there and it was on TikTok. Yeah, I get it.
Yep.
But you know, sometimes people can do things and make things look a certain way. You can't
Yeah,
always believe shit.
there's so many people that don't understand Photoshop, video editing, and above and beyond. There's a certain generation, the generation above us, that, all generations get tricked with this. But if it's words over a picture, it's true.
Right.
Oh my god! Like because
said it there.
I think there's a certain generation that doesn't get how easy that is to make.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like that's not
Right.
hard. You
Because
can
they
do
say
that
like,
on your cell phone.
well,
in
why would
10
somebody put
seconds.
the effort into writing that article? I know some very elaborate people out there. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm saying too, some things just get away from people.
Right.
Like I go back to, Homeboy didn't plan this. This was not, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to set up this Facebook page, and this is what. No, it was. This is a joke, and that shit took
Right.
off. You know, that's all it was.
Then it turned into like a whole more music ploy than anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
like, oh, this is just going to chat it like, well, I'm going to get in. They're going to say, fuck the aliens. They're going to hear us perform. All fucking million people. You know what I'm saying? That guy was like, I'm here to make money. It's like, yo, these people were so excited. And nobody showed up to spend shit.
But
that was great.
But to me, it makes sense that no one showed up. Like I said, like from because it's a forest from the trees thing. Like looking from the outside, once you see that and you go, yeah, nobody's fucking
Right.
going to that because the pivot doesn't make sense, and the
Right.
pivot is not connected to one another. You're talking about raiding Area 51, running up in there and getting aliens. To, you guys want to come listen to some music? It's not the same thing, brother.
We were trying to trick you. It's like, no, yeah, you did.
Yeah.
It is not. It's like that whole thing, man. It was. I don't want to say mental health was involved with some people, or maybe some.
Not real. Yes.
It's like some of the ones that showed up. You know, you had a mixture of people that were just like the guy that's like, we just. You know, they got money and nothing to do. Those guys. We just took a trip.
We just took a plane from Nevada.
We had nothing to do.
We had nothing to do.
Weekend.
So we come here.
So you had those guys. It's like, we just want to see what the fuck's going on.
Right.
And I think you also had some desert rats out there. Like when they interviewed Homeboy that looked like Jafar when Jafar was dressed up in the old man costume.
Shout out to the bearded bastard club member hat. That nigga had.
Yeah.
I remember I was like, look at this nigga, the bearded bastard.
Yo.
So-
and then he does the fake heart attack.
Yeah. Which was,
yeah, I don't know what the fuck that was.
exactly, but that's what you said. It was the people that showed up, and I'm not saying all of them, but some of the people that showed up were a little, like now listen, how we were talking, there were vendors out there.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It seemed off.
There were vendors out there who, there's people just trying to make some money. Now, there's one gentleman is selling geodes, which are rocks and minerals, stuff like that.
Please educate me. What
Geodes
what
are
is a
just
geode?
They're just like stones and shit, crystals and stones. You know what I mean? It's all from the earth.
With cool little colors on them.
Yeah.
So then he puts them in a bag and sells them as alien poop. It's a cute idea. Whatever. I'm not mad at the dude.
Yeah.
Get your shit. But then when he tells us that he had a conversation with a lady that wants to buy out his whole stock because she believes that it is alien poop. Those are the people that you are dealing with.
Right.
So
I know the two ladies with the golden ball on the hood that they couldn't describe. If you look into the eyes, when the eyes look, I've seen that look, and they're usually kind of walking around a psych ward. I'm not trying. I worked in a hospital at one point, and it's a certain kind of spaciness in somebody's eyes when they start talking a certain way.
Yep.
And it's like, yeah, no, you're all. You know what I mean? I mean, we see people walking around all the time where we live at. There's people just like. Yeah, there's a blankness that's going on there that you're just like,
well,
not
what's the
coherent.
thing that's said on so many of alien T-shirts and shit like that? I want to believe, right? So there's a lot of confirmation bias that goes along with that. Of I want this to be true, so I'm gonna put on the blinders to everything that says it's not true, and I'm just going with everything that I believe.
Along with the blinders, you got to put on the aluminum foil,
horn
hat.
blinders, if you will. Yes,
with the blinders, yeah, the guy with the fucking horn.
Bro,
the horn
and my thing is too, like, when we say aliens, why do everybody have the same green guy with the slanted eyes?
Shout out to that guy whoever fucking, hopefully he patented that shit, because that look of that alien has just been around since I don't know, like 50s. That's been the look, right? Whoever came up with that shit,
like,
patented. Hopefully,
Now, have you guys ever heard of the theory that that's us from the future? Because let me break it down for you.
Okay, I ain't heard that
think of
one.
how we're going. When Elon Musk talks about the Neuralink and things of that nature, we will get the theory is that we will get so dependent on just our mind that we really won't need our body anymore. Like, think of all right.
Shit! I gotta go, nigga. That was
exactly.
deep.
I'm telling you. Think of how dope.
That's wow.
Think
shit.
of how dope VR is now. Virtual reality. Think of how dope it's going to be in 100 years. Think about when you get to the point where you can't tell the difference between VR and reality. Wow. So what are you going to do? You're going to go and live in VR and do whatever the fuck you want to do. Like, you seen Ready Player One? Homeboy's in a fucking junkyard, but won't put this shit on.
I'm in paradise.
You're the man.
Yeah.
So they're talking about that could potentially happen in the future. Now, we're talking about thousands and thousands of years of our body could change because we don't necessarily need our body anymore. When all we need is our head, your head could boom. Body, boom. It's a theory of that's us from the future.
That's like your average person.
That's
starting to
fucking
turn into
scary,
that.
bro.
That is scary because they're doing more less motion, man. There's kids that are just, I'm just gonna.
What y'all know about more or less motion, dog? More, less motion. I'm with it.
It's, you know what I mean? It's like, I was just. The more is this, the thumb's going. You know what I mean? The less is anything else. You know what I mean? It's like just thumbs. I'll lay in the bed all day. Get in front of the computer.
You know, I like to try to think that I love reality, but if we live and we get to a point where VR is so much better than reality.
We're the fucking last of a dying breed. People
I believe Joel Santana said
it, man.
I'm just thinking
people that
about
actually
that,
talk to people like, man, this because they're on this wave. Like, this generation that's come up, they're not going to be strong communicators with people in person.
No, they aren't.
They're not now.
Yeah, it's not even that they're gonna.
So
I
mean, as adults, you know what I mean? As they become
Exactly.
adults, they're just not gonna ever have that social skill, the shit that we have, and that whole the guy that they're gonna have. There's gonna be jobs that are gone. Your real estate agent guys, or anybody that has a service that usually requires a person to be there. It's gonna get to a point where they're no longer gonna need that. You know what I mean? They're already getting fucking vending machine cars coming out of Carvana. You know what I mean?
Bro,
we don't need dealerships no more. Even
I'm a delivery driver, and eventually that job will disappear.
They're
You
gonna
know what
have
I'm saying?
some kind of
Eventually it will.
fucking drone trucks, some self-driving something.
Right now they got that overseas.
Right.
Overseas.
But it's gonna be more of the norm. Like, everybody's gonna
Exactly,
have,
Bro, in UK
self-driving,
right
you know what I mean?
now, in UK, Amazon has drones that fly over pods in people yards and drop shits off.
And eventually it'll be self-driving cars with a arm that kicks it out the truck,
When
whatever,
say,
you know?
When you see the technology's there now, it's like, yo, it's there now. You know what I mean? So, you know, when they first came up with an airplane, It took a while, but it didn't take that long to get to them being what the fuck they were and what they are now. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You think about like the Wright brothers. I don't know. My timeline might be off, but I think it was early 1900s. You know what I'm saying? For the Wright brothers, late 1800s maybe for the first flight. From that 1880 something to what it was, it take 100 years, 1980 something. You know what I'm saying? How far did fucking planes come? So you can imagine that technology now, the self-driving. 100 years from now, like you're saying, man, that's just that point. You know what I mean?
you know
going
what?
1,000 is even crazier.
To even say, you know, for what you was talking about, and we're talking about aliens and shit, you know, like I've been hearing also by conspiracy theorists,
Give it to me.
right? That that's what we done. Like the government and our armies have been in contact. Listen, and I repeat, this isn't me. This is things of conspiracy theories that I've been saying.
That he wasn't there. Was he there?
And I've been hearing
Just stuff that's out there. Yeah.
public information. This isn't me. I'm just throwing that.
Street reporter.
Toss it. I'm just a street reporter.
And they
Cameron.
saying that you know, that's what we did. That they got in contact with aliens, and they made a little exchange.
Little agreement.
Right. People
Treaty, if you will.
for technology.
I'll tell you something. Somebody did some math that blew my penis across the room. Think of this. You remember in 1990, right? In 1990, when you were in 1990, think about 1960, right? In 1990, you think about how far away 1960 was. We're just like, oh my God.
Right.
Okay, that's now to 1990.
Right.
2020 to 1990, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
1990 to 1960, 30 years before that.
Right.
So now, when we think about in the year 2020, 2021, think about 1990 and how long ago that was, and how far we've progressed, and now everything is in the palm of your fucking hand.
Right.
So what's another 30 years?
I
Where
said-
we
I
go?
always
Is
said that.
everything in your
You know,
head
I
then?
said 30 years. Then I always said that 30 years from now, we're going to be the fucking elder that are going to be in just retirement homes with
Piss
no
atomizer,
people.
bro.
Right.
Piss atomizer.
Where you're
telling
just
you.
going to be there like, damn,
Yeah.
no nurse to wipe your ass. Going to be robots and shit coming in and all kinds of like less contact. You know, now, you know, with shit like Corona, we got to find less ways to touch people. You know what I mean? Less ways to interact.
That's a whole nother story. For
You're
me.
going to have to be
Yeah,
in
yeah.
a club fucking talking to somebody through a fucking plastic fucking, hey. Then you're not going to do that. I'm sorry. It's going to be.
Bro, it's going to be swoop. Now I'm in the club.
Oh,
That's
in
what
the
it's going to
club.
be.
VR
Swoop,
shit.
now I'm in
Go
the club.
deeper. You're in the
shit.
club now. Yeah.
That VR shit,
Now you're
yeah.
sunk in. I met this real cool girl in VR world.
Yep.
What the fuck is going on?
I got my
Right?
online girlfriend. You know what I
Right.
mean?
She looks nothing like her VR girl.
Shit.
I like her character.
But I think that all does go back to
Avatar?
the
right? Like
that all bleeds into the documentary that we watched about the internet getting out of control. Because to me,
Right.
this documentary was about the raid on Area 51, but to me, it was more about how things can get out of control on
Right.
the internet, and you don't even mean it. You know?
And you know what's crazy is everybody sees it happen and nobody learns a lesson from it.
Exactly. Because
Watch this documentary. What we say,
yeah,
man. 'cause
please do watch the
if you ever
documentary,
thought
because
about, you know,
I know we're jumping all over the place, but I
Right.
promise you it's relevant to the documentary of what 80 to 100 people showed up,
Right.
Whatever it was. And now, mind you, homeboy with the luscious hair that made which we got to talk about the meme as well.
Yeah.
of what
Right.
meme mean?
Yeah.
That meme
Wow.
means.
What was
because-
that explanation? he
I know,
gave?
no,
It
but
was-
real
it
quick,
was-
let me just finish off the homeboy that made the meme. Then he was going to start the festival. He did drop out. That was the big like turn in the story, if you will,
Right.
to where and to me, I think he just saw like, oh shit,
This is-
nobody's coming.
I was playing. I was just fooling y'all.
because
Dude, oops.
the lady didn't do shit.
Yeah, they didn't get the permits. They didn't get everything right.
The
It
lady,
was-
he's like, yo, the lady told me she was gonna have this, she was gonna do this, she was gonna do that, and ain't do fucking thing.
Yep.
I mean, granted, we didn't sign a contract with her, but still, she still ain't do a fucking thing.
Yeah.
It don't matter. Nobody showed up.
So the homeboy that
And
made
nobody
the meme,
showed up.
exactly. So the homeboy that made the meme, he dipped out and he got a deal with somebody that said, "Hey, we're gonna turn this Area 51 thing into a touring show, company party type thing,
They
to
wanted
where
make it into a
Yeah,
a
platform,
a touring platform where, hey man, we're gonna go around and we're gonna have different lights and it's gonna be an alien themed party wherever we go."
Yep. that works. And people
Yeah.
love that.
I mean, perhaps
Vegas,
Corona.
Vegas.
Right.
Exactly. So they
saying?
want to do theirs in Vegas, and even they had a better turnout than in the desert, but it wasn't good. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like maybe they had 200 people there when they showed the.
I like when the
camera
guy was
footage.
rapping and the one old dude they just panned to him marching off. Fuck this shit.
I felt the same way. That shit was garbage.
You felt like that dude was like, yep, that was
That
me.
shit was garbage.
Yeah.
The old dude just
Yeah.
marched off on him. Is like, yeah, fuck your bars.
Now I will say, as a former performer of my status, I always do give credits to cats that can perform their ass off in front of 6 people because I can't. It does not work for me. But that dude,
it takes to get
for-
the energy deep.
to me,
bedroom behavior.
it sounded like shit, but he was putting his all into it. You know what I'm saying?
It's like that. The bedroom behavior is like when I say that, it's like that's when you practice at home in the bedroom.
Yo,
he had that
but
raw energy.
my thing-
he
my-
just was there. He went to the bedroom, just me, nigga, in the bedroom.
Yeah, like my thing was, yo, like you want people to hear you and see you. Why you keep clutching and throwing yourself doing?
I think that was that nervous energy. I think that was
super
that
clutch.
nervous
You know what I
energy.
mean? That's what he was like. Yo, what the fuck is that?
We got to talk about the word meme because the word meme has grown.
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
Exactly, because then they're talking about this was, and then the raid Area 51, this internet meme. When I'm like, I thought a meme was just like a joke over words, but then I'm like, I don't know, man, because a meme is like something that there's a picture that can then be taken and made into many different jokes. Like there's the setup of Batman smacking the shit out of Robin.
Right.
You know what I mean?
The
And
Jordan
then-
memes.
the Jordan meme of crying Jordan.
Right.
You know what I
Yes.
mean? And you can apply it to every different situation. That's why I didn't understand the definition of this because I don't think you can apply it to every situation.
Right.
This was a
One thing.
Facebook event.
Yeah,
It wasn't like a. But then I guess now
Right.
you could
That's
turn
why
it into.
I was confused. I was like, yeah, I thought meme was just the picture, and then you
Right.
put it
That's
up, and
right.
it's like,
And you
right,
make-
but this
and
guy
it's
turned
making
into
fun of
something else.
people. Yeah, right, making fun of some
but it's
shit,
like,
you
no,
know what
but
I mean?
you're like, no, I think it was an event. I don't.
But hey, for as much as I'm saying there's a generation that doesn't understand the internet, guys, I guess we're in the same boat. You know what I'm saying? I guess we don't
You
understand.
just
it
don't
either.
get it. It's not supposed to be in existence.
Fucking old guys just don't get it, dude.
That's it.
You fucking.
We're
Like,
we're the old guys
I don't
that don't
understand,
get it.
and it's
too.
like, and you got to look at it. It's like, no, I don't understand. Like, yeah, I understand gaming. We're gamers. We started this shit. We got to tell them again,
on.
P. I
Do
know.
I?
Anyways,
Come on.
but
Come on.
when
Do
it
I?
came to the
Do
game
I?
and shit.
Do I? Come
But
on.
so I feel as though being a part of the gamers starter society that we became from just starting this shit in the 80s, we could critique some of you niggas shit. So I can sit here and go, Fortnite, I don't really get it. I get it, but that's kind of corny to me. I don't know. You know what I mean? But people, you know what I'm saying?
Give me some of that.
Okay. I thought you wanted the back left. What I'm saying is, or the other one.
I'm
Roblox.
sorry, Fortnite people.
But
That shit is
but
garbage to
you
me.
gotta understand, it's not for
It's not for us.
right. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't built. So when
It's not FUBU.
I get more upset of a fucking 50-year-old man that jumps inside these games and goes at it with fucking little 12, you little bastards. Like, yo, get out of this fucking platform for these kids, man.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna be an asshole, get out there. You know. Wait, P, you don't be doing shit like that.
Bro, there's 50-year-old people that play Call of Duty.
Well, that's different. That's a different kind of game. That's not really meant for fucking young teenies.
Bro, there's 9-year-olds that play Call of Duty.
Yeah, I know that, but that's not what they don't advertise that shit on their thing. That's because the parent is buying it. That's mature audience, and that's what they put on it, right? That means your little nigga ain't supposed to buy it.
Y'all
If
ever
he-
seen the age the age difference that they got on Legos? You know what I'm saying? I think it's from like 3 to 99. Okay, so it's out there. It's out there.
Right now, I think that we're, like I said, once again, we're from that age restricted thing. I think a lot of these things get thrown out the window. They just realizing like these little motherfuckers, because of the internet, have access to all kinds of shit.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Yeah,
I think
I mean, of course.
10-year-olds playing Call of Duty is what's happening.
Yeah.
Right.
So to start to wrap up, the raid never happened. The raid didn't. The
word.
Not
raid
like
didn't
right.
happen.
Speaking of Call of Duty, never never called there. 'Cause
The raid didn't happen. They tried to pivot it into a music festival. That didn't go over. And, I'm not going to say the dude failed because with Corona and everything, maybe his alien party business could have turned into something, but
Right.
I don't know, man. It was interesting. And like I said, I thought it spoke more to back in the day. It was that people used to believe everything that was on the television. Nowadays, there's a certain generation that believes everything that they see on the internet, and they think that it's real.
I know. I guess that's the best way to I didn't, think about that. That same comparison is that, I mean, that whole, you thinking everything on TV is real, it's just on steroids right now. You know what I'm saying? It's
I agree, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like super steroids of way of seeing things. It's like, because, and it's even almost a more worse thing is because you have people that are now in this world of creating a space that makes it feel real because you feel like they're just real people and real. So you'll buy into it. How many times I'm getting these fucking ads like, you want to change your life, and all these millionaires have tips and they want to give the world, and you just got to subscribe and get into their little package. So it sounds like this is happening so much. It's like, are people just that fucked up that they're just trying to get over on people?
Hey, yo.
That's it, bro.
This pandemic and quarantine shit is fucking people up.
Yeah.
I think they were just fucked up before.
But I think this has accelerated it. You know what I mean? I think this is accelerated because also with everything that's happening, with everybody wants to get rich quick.
Like that, huh? Like that.
Like, think about people that have changed their entire life over a fucking GameStop stock. Like, there's people.
That's another thing.
Listen, before GameStop, that thing happened. There were people who were normal workers every day. Alexa, stop. After GameStop, there are people who are now financially set for the rest of their life. It can change that fucking quick. Wow. So that's where we're at right now. Brother, it was a stock that was at like $9 that shot up to $300. So for every $9 you put in, you made $300.
Just off of word of mouth, nigga.
Yeah. So
for these events.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
so things are changing that quick. So I think just along with everything else, people are willing to take more of a chance. People are willing to just go
it's
for
funny.
it
I talked to a young kid, man. It was, around my nephew's age, maybe a little younger. I think he wasn't even 21 yet. That's what he said. He was young. He was like 18, 19. And he was involved with some shit where they're doing some shit. You know what I'm saying? Or that get the money, flip it, and get, and I'm like, yo, but so we getting on him, old school shit. Yo, man, you running into some shit, you're gonna get caught up. And it was like, so his thinking, it's like, what's your thinking on? Yo, but it's like, he's like, yo, anybody got time for going through all that? Yo, it's like, why do that? Well, I can get the quick come up, get it bang, bang right now. And it's like,
you understand the mentality. It's like, I don't necessarily agree, but I understand.
Right, I understand. He's like, I gotta go through it. I'm not gonna go through college. I'm not gonna do all that. And I can get that money that I'm supposed to get then. I can get that now.
Now,
that was the dream pitch to us of going to college and getting that.
Right now was the microwave mentality. Right now, instant gratification. Need that right now.
And then you add on, everybody just went through the pandemic where everybody just realized, holy shit, I'm gonna die one day, and life is not promised, and you could go get this disease, and boom, you're out in 2 weeks. So now everyone's like, I want to get to the top quick. It's the Scarface thing of like, I've always been like, yeah, Scarface dies at the end, but you know what? He did make it to the top at one point.
Right.
So it's
he lived the life that
he wanted to live.
Most won't live if they just went along a regular path.
Right. There's a lot of people that aren't comfortable being, quote, normal or
some people end up in the Sunshine Motel for the rest of their life. You know
exactly.
what I'm saying?
Shout out to Bruce.
Shout out to Bruce, man.
Yeah, Bruce, all day.
Ducky, nigga.
So yeah, man. You guys got a little final anything you want to add on to it, man? Let's wrap this Bianca.
I'd like to say that are aliens real? We'll never know. And sometimes I think people need to understand that that's okay. Sometimes we just don't know, nigga, and sometimes it needs to be left at that. If them niggas want to be known, they'll let themselves be known. And I think people are drinking too much of Kool-Aid that is put out in masses amounts.
The black man said people are drinking too much Kool-Aid. You need to pay attention. All right?
And don't sip it. That's a Jonestown reference because people will poison that and tell you it's sweet. And sometimes you got to be careful, man. You know what I mean? There's viruses of all kinds out there, niggas. But yeah, I just really was enjoying the fact that documentary let me see what actually really happened and the outtake on it and how people are and how they can be and what can turn into something that really was nothing at all.
Talk to him.
So, I try to take that as a learning too. I hope you people at home watching this nice little camera here go and watch that and get the same idea. So, I give it a 4. I give it a 4 over there. I threw four melons. We're back on the melon game. I put 4 melons on that. You know what I'm saying?
P, a final word?
Yeah. Listen, people. Stop fucking believing everything you fucking see on this internet, please.
Journey said don't stop believing. P said stop believing. Talk to him.
You know what I mean? Like, listen. This was an event. An event that was thought about, that could have been, that should have been, but never was. You know what I'm saying?
Tatted on my back. Like 50 Southside, tatted on my back.
But I do respect the hustle. I do respect, their beliefs. You know what I mean? Because I also believe there's something more than us. There's got to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I believe that.
I think it's,
you know what I'm saying? Not to the extent like these fucking guys. But hey, listen, to each their own. You know what I mean? I respect. You know what I mean? But you know what I'm saying? Lay off the peyote.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
The pay.
You know what I mean?
The Pele.
You know what I mean? But all in all, man, you know what I mean? Oh, and shout out to the guy from Vice out of Brooklyn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That made it all happen. You know what I mean? That even put this together for
Shout
us
out
to
to
even
Vice. Yeah, now Vice is dope. I like,
to even
I like a lot of this stuff. So.
Be able to comment
exactly,
on it. Yeah.
exactly.
Vice
You know what I
is
mean?
really
Shout
dope.
out to that. But it was cool. It was something. It was entertaining. You know what I mean? Something to look at. I'll give it a 3.5. Ganapas.
3.5 Ganaps.
Yeah, 3.5.
No doubt. Yeah. I feel similar of, I pretty much expressed all my opinions on it of it's, don't believe everything. Don't take candy from strangers is my shit of that.
Right.
I feel like there's a generation that forgot that people can lie to them. I think there's a generation that forgot that not everything you see is real. And,
Talk to 'em.
I'd like more of that to be, go in with some caution. Don't be, like when Cedric the Entertainer does stand up and he describes white people, don't be those fucking white people. Of when you hear a gunshot over there, don't run towards it. You know what I mean? You don't have to be the hero. If you see people running that way, maybe run that way.
Hey,
you know what I mean? Run away from the
And like he said before, this is coming from a white person. Let's pay attention.
Exactly. So. For me, the documentary was cool. I appreciate it. I would say, same thing. I would go with like 3.5. It was cool, and it made me, like I said, there was a documentary, but it made me think of the bigger issue, if you will, of, man, the internet is not real. The internet is not fucking real life, and there's so many people that don't get that right now.
There are real realities on the internet, and you can really get some information. It is a great tool. To have information at your hands, but it's dangerous when people try to put out false information for their own gain. You know what I mean? So that's what you got to be aware of, if you ask me.
Or information that just gets out of their own control.
Exactly.
Too.
I
Yeah,
made up some bullshit. Oh my god! It's like I threw that cigarette out the
and
window.
now people believe it.
I threw that cigarette out the window. How'd that forest fire start? You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, it probably was that cigarette you threw out the window. So stop throwing lit cigarettes in the internet, nigga.
So this is the Just Baked channel. This is the Watermelon versus Pumpkin podcast.
Just Baked
is
we do things and say stuff.
Say stuff and do.
beautiful thing. Until next time, if you'd like to leave a comment down below, tell us what to watch next. That's appreciated. We got our Cash App there, Just Baked promo. If you'd like to leave us a tip, that's appreciated as well.
Appreciate y'all.
Until next time, guns, bushes, bird gang.